Greetings and welcome back to a weekly news roundup. I hope that you guys have been having a wonderful Friday. Having a wonderful talk. I sound like Joe Biden, my lord. Oh God. I promise no election stuff tonight, except we will talk about some of the interesting measures as relates to business and technology, not really doing any candidate talk. So you can feel free. It's not going to be a political discussion today. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive on over, have a look at the comments, see who's online. Gary, not Gary. How's it going? Gary, are you Gary or not Gary? I just can't figure it out. Keegan, how's it going there? Google VPN sounds super private. Oh yeah, it's just like, it's the most private VPN ever. VPN directly to Google. There you go, man. Yeah, I collect everything. You're accused us of antitrust. We'll just go ahead and make it real. Good evening, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Take me to your planet. Get me off of this rock, that's for sure. Chrome OS not supported. Wait, what? By what? Kittyville, hello, Quint, greetings, America's finest, hello, how are you doing? Anthony McDonald, greetings to you. Robert, 68, hello. Kitty don't care, but you care. You care about upgrades and qualities in cameras, yes. Do you like the new upgrade and qualities of cameras today? Maybe eventually we might even try and stream the show at 60 frames per second. We're trying a couple new things here. I got a nice new mic type system as well, but I do need to upgrade the lapel mic before I use it for a live show. I used it on the Christian channel. It works, but who would have guessed that the several $100 Audio-Tech professional microphone sounds better? But, eventually I'll do it so it sounds more consistent. But I think this is a decent setup. Microphone's just right out of view, right there, in fact. Right there. There, my finger's touching the microphone. Just out of view of the camera. Let's see. Good evening, Braylon. How are you doing? Hope your parents voted 25 times for Trump. Yeah, you know. My father passed away, so he's probably not voting for Trump this year, Let's see. Red, shiny button. That's right. I don't really want to see socialism overtake the country. Yeah, it is getting pretty close. Linux Math Guy, greetings to you. Razzler Review says, meow. How's it going there? Let's see. Google VPN. Since they have all your info already, why not just speed up the process? That's right. Miora over on Discord. Green screen is causing some interesting artifacts in my chin. Yeah, I gotta work on that a little bit. I think one of the problems is the green screen is there. It's like really close to me. And I can't really help that much. Maybe I'll experiment around, but if I were to get further away from the green screen, I could do that, or play around with the lighting. I don't know, maybe I'll have to play around with getting green screens looking better, but yes, it does some interesting things to the artifact, and that's because we're running on like a full professional camera now, and we just need to still work on a few of the little things. So there'll be a few little artifacts in this that will show up, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. Well, let's see how many folks we got on. We got like 30 on right now. I think what we'll do is maybe should we jump on into the news? So we're gonna do 3 ultimate videos this week instead of the 2 like I've been experimenting. I'm still gonna keep up going the experimentation with combining them together for a little bit. But in this case, it was just the way the news broke out. I had a lot of Sillyville, a lot of privacy, a lot of business, and really nothing of anything else. And so it made sense to split this into 3. Although we do have 3 smart tech articles to throw on the bottom of privacy. So privacy is going to be pretty long, and I'll just do them all at once. Let's see. Finally can hide from your ISP with the comfort of Google masking me. That's right. Google VPN. This server using IVPN and Proton VPN is FOSS. Yeah, there you go. All right. Let's see. Parents. Well, my parents were, but my family has flipped by marriage anyway. There you go. All right. Are we ready to get started, or should we wait a few more minutes? Wait a few more minutes. Maybe should we see if we can get up to 40 before we start? Oh, there's 38. 2 more. Somebody can find 2 friends. Invite 2 friends over. We hit that 40. I'll start. We'll sit here until we go. Come on. I do have a video for tomorrow at noon. It will go at noon. I will talk about the behind-the-scenes upgrades that I made. And yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with it. Thanks to the supporters who funded a few pieces of new equipment as well. Oh, somebody left. We gotta wait for 3 people now. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's see. Gonna have to leave out early. Toss is doing a Linux A-team. All right. No problem, my man. No problem. What time is that? Should I try and finish before his? This is at 10 today or 9:30 or 9 or what? Let me know when his is. Another guy left. Jeez. We're just going to sit here and wait until we get 4 more people on now. Jeez. Telling you guys. Telling you. All right. We'll go ahead and get started. All right. Privacy. Okay. Let's see. We got privacy and I think I'm going to need this affiliate linked up. 9:15. Man, he's just cutting into my news. He knows I do the news at 9 on Fridays. I mean, what's he thinking? All right. We'll go ahead and get started, shall we? Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux and the weekly news roundup. This is the privacy edition, and we had 3 little articles on smart tech that we're going to throw to the end of this. I did not build a title for it just because there were 3 of them, and hey, why not? It's been a crazy week. I know it's been a crazy week, guys. I promise the only thing relating to elections is how it relates to tech and privacy. We have a couple privacy ones here. We have a couple business ones in the other sections. But other than that, we're not talking about candidates or politics or who's winning or who's losing or anything else, because if y'all are like me, you're sick of hearing about it. But anyway, let's dive on in. First one, and by the way, we're going to do the election stuff first. The first election thing, Michigan votes to require warrants for police to seize and search digital devices. Like, I mean, what's going on up there in Michigan? Half of what y'all are doing is insane, and half of what y'all doing is, like, amazing. This qualifies under the amazing. So over there in Michigan, if you're stopped by or something, hey, man, you want to search through your phone. Sorry, man, let me see your warrant. So this will now require that a warrant is acquired before police search and seize digital devices, which I believe this will also apply to if you're stopped along the road, which is certainly something that's important near the border. Remember, anywhere like it was at 100 or 150 miles from the border, Border Patrol can stop you. So now this will even prevent the Border Patrol from grabbing information from you without having a warrant. That's basically what this is going to do. So the proposal amends the Michigan Constitution and bring the existing protections from unlawful and unreasonable searches of homes, documents, and other personal possessions up to date, which includes electronic data and communications on people's devices. About time, hopefully, that this will start trickle into other states as well, because this is a really good thing. Very good. Congratulations, citizens of Michigan. Hopefully you have started something good. Portland, Maine, not Portland Riot, Portland, Maine has voted to ban facial recognition. They also have like $15 minimum wage now, and there were like 5 or 6 interesting things they did. And this is the one that relates to the topic of this show. They have voted to ban all facial recognition. Private citizens are entitled to a minimum of $1,000 in fines if they are subject to facial recognition scan by the police. Now, I'm not sure what the role is with private business, because of course Walmart utilizes facial recognition, Lowe's does, Home Depot does. Pretty much all of your big stores utilize facial recognition in one way, shape, or form. And so in this, I didn't see how this would relate to private businesses, but of the police use any form of facial recognition, you are entitled to a minimum of $1,000 in civil fees. Once again, anytime we are banning facial recognition, that is a good thing. So congratulations. Y'all guys down there in Mississippi, though, y'all are screwed in the head. I don't know what it is, like, hey, Portland, Maine's doing fine, Michigan's doing fine. Mississippi, have y'all lost your mind? You guys want to help the city fight the crime by allowing the police to tap into your surveillance cameras, which could be Ring, it could be any of the surveillance cameras, but what they're doing is they basically have this program called, they have two of them, two companies, Pilum and Fusus. And I tried to look up information, particularly on Fusus. I could not find really any information. So basically, I believe these programs have the APIs that can go into nearly every one of these commercially available cameras and tie into those cameras. That's what I think is going on here. And then if you agree and sign a piece of paper, you agree to let them do it anytime they want, basically. Quote unquote, whenever there's a crime they need to investigate, end quote. But I couldn't tell, is this some application you have to install or add, or is it just a background API, which honestly makes more sense to be a background API. So y'all guys down there in Mississippi, you guys are kicking open the bad side of things. A lot of the people commenting in these articles, I agree with them. You know, my security cameras are not on all the time, at least not all of them, I should say. But at the time I was running the security cameras and I did have them on, if a police officer knocked on my door and said, we noticed you have a security camera, a crime was committed out here in the neighborhood, could we preview your footage? I'd be like, yeah, sure, come on in. Let's go ahead and have a look at the footage. That's no big deal. I'd get them copies of whatever they want. But as far as them just having the ability to tap into it whenever they want, not really, especially since these things catch when we're coming, when we're going, all these types of things. And who knows, I wasn't particularly smart back then either, but at least I was smart enough to not have like a Nest or something insane like that. I believe that is all of the election news. On to the other privacy news. WhatsApp is now letting you post messages that will disappear after 7 days. Disappear. We all know if you delete something off of a Facebook property, it's just gone forever, right? No, they tag it so it's invisible. They still have access to that information. And the question is WhatsApp going to be doing the same thing? Obviously, we have found evidence in cases where Snapchat, that's supposed to have invisible disappearing stuff, Snapchat itself is indeed supposed to be deleting messages. We found evidence that it's not. Sure, you can't see it anymore, but just because you can't see it, don't mean it ain't there. It's like the teenager trying to hide his nasty picture collection by putting it in a hidden folder and the parents too incompetent to know how to unhide a folder, okay? Really, that's really what we're talking about. But anyway, they are saying that with over 100 billion messages sent per day, because people apparently have nothing better to do with their life, now they're putting in the feature to allow you to auto-delete messages. Now, if you enable the feature, it does not go back and delete older messages. It just deletes messages that are 7 days old based on the time when you turn it on. I'm still going to guess, if I had my guess, I'm still going to guess that, yeah, they're still keeping those messages. You just can't really see them. That's really the difference. All right, Comcast is talking with Walmart about co-developing and distributing smart TVs. This fills me full of hatred and terror. Walmart and Comcast. You want to put Walmart and Comcast microphones, possibly cameras, internet connections into your home? You need a checkup from the neck up. I'm telling you, that's insane. And of course, we also have to remember that Walmart works close with Microsoft. Now, it says here it is a third-party software, which could be Microsoft stuff. But I thought the third-party, let's see, sources say televisions would likely be manufactured by a third party and carry Walmart branding, obviously. So some third party, some small factory in China employing, 9-year-olds are going to be putting together your TVs and they'll slap a Walmart logo on it with amazing software from Comcast that's going to be doing nothing more than collecting and harvesting all of your data. And so, yeah, guys, this is exciting. We don't want to do any of that. So just keep that up with that. All right, and on our final one on privacy, Google is bringing its own VPN to desktops and phones with a $9.99 Google One subscription. So you're paying Google to harvest your data. Let me give you guys a reminder crash course in VPNs. Now, I have a couple extra videos on this. One of those is called Truth and Lies in VPNs. I believe that's the name of the video. It's an old one. It probably needs to be redone, recut. The information is still accurate. In fact, it's more relevant now because all these people are trying to say, we need a VPN to protect ourselves. But we're forgetting the fundamental principle. When we connect to a VPN, you are giving that company access to everything. This is where Facebook had the VPN. People had a big deal about it. And so they just kind of turned it into a, never changed anything, just changed the branding and said, hey, now it's just a research tool that will pay you to use it because they can see everything. If you're paying Google to use Google One subscription services, you are paying Google to see every single connection on your device, period. Every website, everything, every connection, every app, everything. Do not use this type of VPN. Don't use one from Facebook. You want to use one if you need one. ExpressVPN, private internet access. These are good VPNs that have been tested. I know, for example, private internet access has been tested in court. I think ExpressVPN did, but I'm not sure. The other thing is build your own VPN. Now you can build it out on a cloud server. I will do a video on that sometime soon. I also though just did a video. It was the worst timing ever because it was like election day or something. I did a video on how to build your own personal VPN on a Raspberry Pi and connect that to Pi-hole. Was it election day? I think it was. It was around there. And so it got like no views because everyone's watching their TV on something else. But if you are interested in that, I do have a recent video and there's a whole tutorial on it on the website as well. And I did recognize this morning, I forgot to put the video link in the tutorial online. It is now on the website. So you can go ahead and have a look at that. That's a VPN running on Pi with the DNS being managed by Pi-hole. Excellent, excellent, excellent choice for VPN, and it's all runs on my system. So that's the type of VPN you want to use. Don't just assume I'm connected to a VPN, therefore I'm safe. Because the back door, the part nobody's talking about, is a VPN will allow that company to see anything and everything you're doing. The question is, are they looking at it? Google has an incentive to look at, store, collect, harvest, and analyze your data. A company like Private Internet Access, ExpressVPN, does not. All right, they do not. And so that is what we want to keep in mind with VPNs. They are not the magic bullet of privacy. In fact, more often than not, I do not necessarily recommend using a VPN if you're sitting in your home office for anything and everything. You want to use it to break out of geo restrictions, to connect and secure your privacy when you are on an open public Wi-Fi network. That is very important. And the last one is to access your network shares, which my recent video will show you how to access your network shares and secure your internet connection on an open database. But as far as Google's VPN, not a service you're going to want to use because you're basically giving Google every bit of your data, and you don't want to do that. All right, I have 3 stories here in the smart tech news. Walmart scraps plans to have robots scanning shelves. So this little nebulous looking robot over here is running around scanning the shelves. And they said part of it was the pandemic. Part of that was that reason, just cutting things back. But what they found is that employees could actually do the job actually more efficiently than the robots. So yay for you guys. This is a case where the employees actually took over the place of the robot. Very good. Very awesome. Now that the robots lost their jobs to the people. Go figure. So there was a part of it that the guy at the executive at Walmart kind of said, you know, people actually were not comfortable walking around the store with robots. And I agree with that. I see one of these robots in stores. I'm like, I gotta go the other way. I don't want to mess around near these stupid things. And that's the thing, you know, we need to keep our jobs, not give them to robots, you know. So that's that. Next in smart tech, LG rolls out a battery-powered wearable air purifier. So this is something I think we talked about the idea behind this earlier. But they go into all this kind of stuff. It's rolling out in like a couple of the Asian countries. But it does actually have the notice at the very bottom that LG doesn't say anything about air expel, which could be why there's no mention of COVID in the release. Basically, CDC recommends against using masks with exhalation vents to prevent coronavirus spread. So basically, it's a digital smart mask for the sheeple who just think throwing on a mask saves the whole world from coronavirus, even though this one possibly makes it worse, according to the Centers for Disease Control. Very interesting device we have going on here, that's for sure. And our last story in smart tech, smart devices could use AI to tell where your voice is coming from. This is kind of part of the plan to wake up these smart devices without having a wake word. So the device is going to figure out where it is and which one you're talking to, because I always look at my smart speaker when I'm telling it to, hey Alexa, order unicorn meat, confirm. Okay? But they have going through this article is very interesting because they're like, there's going to be a time when we have all this smart technology around us. You know? So here's a picture of this. What moron is going to have this much smart tech? Answer me this question. Do you have this much smart tech? Do you aspire to have this much smart tech? So here's the guy. It's an overhead view of a guy. He's in the green in the middle. Hello, device. What time it is? It's 11:42. 11:42. Like, he says, what time is it? And from every corner of his room, it screams 11:42. This is a horror film, people. This is not smart tech. This is a horror film. This is the machines are coming to get us. This is what it is. So here he is. He's going in here, and he must be in one of these pod rooms, right? He's in one of these pod studio efficiencies. Do you notice this? This is 2030. I own nothing, and I couldn't be happier. See, he's got his bed, his smartphone, his chair, his computer, his TV, his exercise equipment, and his speakers, his game console. This is a pod. This is a pod person. Only a pod person is stupid enough to have this much crap. You got your laptop, you got your smart speaker, you got your smart speaker over here, you got a game console, your smart TV over here, your smart exercise equipment, your smartphone. The only thing you have is this dumb idiot in the middle of the room. This is insane. So, yeah, definitely interesting. But the idea here is to figure out which one you're closest to so the closest one will respond to you and not get all caught up in the middle. I'm telling you, people, I'm telling you, I feel bad for the human race. I feel bad for the human race. All right, well, if you like this video and would like to help support us, we do have a variety of affiliate links. Today we are featuring ExpressVPN, talking about VPNs today. VPN, as I said earlier, a VPN is good if you need to break out a geo restriction. If you are traveling a lot and use public Wi-Fi's, a VPN is something you absolutely want to have. It's not going to be the end all of privacy. But if you are a person that does need a VPN, ExpressVPN is an excellent choice. It is considered one of the better VPNs right now. TLM.li/EV. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. All right. Whew. Whew. Get me some tea in my invisible cup. All right, let's see. You can hide from my ISP with the comfort of Google Answer. I think I already read some of these. Let's see. Just tried Ubuntu Budgie on VM yesterday. It was neat, though I had some strange issues. Really interesting. Hello, Anna Rita. Greetings. Why weren't warrants to search devices already necessary? I think it just has to do with the fact that the technology catches up, and the law specifically talks about you can't search your home or your vehicle or your place of work without a warrant. And so that's probably what it is. Correct about politics is a big no-no, especially talking with family, because if you're opening a can of worms, which can end up trying something your pillows. Michigan finally stated after no recounts that senatorial write-in Alice Cooper has lost the 1968 elections at 2% of the state's collective. Better late than never. All right. Very good. Banning facial recognition, just banning the technology, or does that mean if I look at you and you can tell who you are? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I walk up, hi, Joe, $1,000, please. You recognized me. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Here's how the law is. Google paying you for internet connection too? $9.99 a month would cover everything. It's not a bad deal. Yeah. Torguard, good as well. I don't recall Torguard. Who you want to talk to about all of the different companies is look at TechLore's videos. He actually studies all the VPNs. No Robot Taker in Walmart. Yeah. Yeah, they might still have the floor scrubbers. They just didn't do they fired the ones that are just scanning the shelves. Robots are fine for assembly lines in hospitals, but not in public. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Will the LG mask help with bacterial pneumonia people are starting to get trying to prevent COVID? Yeah, you know, it might because it pulls air in. I think it cycles air in and out, I think. This work with a ventriloquist. Well, you know, the ventriloquist jobs are now really easy with the masks. I mean, come on. It's like a room of cuckoo clocks, yeah. A friend of mine used to have, like, he used to collect just clocks in general. He had at one point in time, I think he had like up to like 1,000 clocks, and most of them were on. I was visiting one day, and I look at my watch to see what time it was. He's like, just look up. IoT, idiots of offensive things. There you go. What's your opinion on Proton VPN? I heard good things about it. Still not sure. Yeah, Proton's one of the only like free ones I would recommend trying out. I haven't heard anything bad about it, and Proton is generally pretty good. Haven't switched to Linux yet, but just watched the Biscuit video on how to install Linux from a Windows system, which is really helpful and motivated to give it a try. Excellent, man. So I recommend if you're going to try out Linux the first time, you definitely don't want to mess up your main system, but you can install Linux on a USB drive. So if you have the capability of taking the hard drive out of your Windows computer, you can plug the USB drive in, install to that USB drive, and then plug the hard drive back in, and then if you want to boot off of Linux, plug in the USB drive and boot off of that. Easier than dual booting and stuff. And good luck, and you can check in with the community. If you're not on the Discord server as well, you can go ahead and jump over there if you need extra help with Linux. I'll go ahead and drop the link in here. So it's tlm.li/STLD if you want to join the Linux Discord server. Put on mask, spread, speak clearly. Your voice should not match the vocal file. You will be terminated. There you go. Thought most robots were greeting you at the front door. Yeah, there you go. A little stressed all day. I asked several people what time it was and kept getting different answers. Oh, boy. Proton is okay last time. I looked, no WireGuard. Yeah. Yeah, I was actually going to do my VPN with WireGuard initially, but I decided against it because I couldn't get the WireGuard client installed on the one computer I would use the VPN on. It's like, okay, problem with having a single client. Let's see, we are doing Corporatocracy. And what is our affiliate there? That is our affiliate. Let me get the coof out. Enzo OS. Yeah, I looked at it a couple times. 55 viewers and growing. All right, hey, we're up to 56. I see 56 on one end. All right, woo! All right, let me get one more sip of tea, and then we'll start with Corporatocracy. Are we going to finish by like 10:15 today? We might finish super early today. Wow. I would be okay with that. I just baked an apple pie, and it came out of the oven right before I had to start. So I have to sit here and smell an apple pie without eating my apple pie. I'm in insufferable pain here. I should sue myself for pain and suffering, emotional pain and suffering, for preventing myself from eating my apple pie. Anyone tried Mozilla VPN yet? I have not. I have not. All right, let's get started. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business edition. Are you guys all ready for the business edition? Well, we're going to jump right on in with a little bit of positive and maybe some negative. I don't know. Positive, and you tell me what you think, election news as relates to tech. We're not talking about candidates or any crap like that, but connected cars must be open to third parties, according to Massachusetts voters. So you guys have a totally insane governor up there who's like, the stores all have to close at 8 o'clock because coronavirus comes out at 9 and starts to kill everybody, and everybody's got to wear a mask at all times. But then you come along and pass one of the first right to repair bills on modern technology in the country, which is amazingly good. Basically, the rule says that no matter how the car is communicating diagnostic data, the owners and the third parties of those vehicles must have a pathway to getting all diagnostic data and parts for those vehicles, which brings the smart and the modern computerized car tech up into the same arena that cars have always been, requiring parts be available and that a person can go in and either do the work themselves or hire a qualified third-party mechanic to do the work themselves. So this is excellent. This is a good step in the direction of right to repair. And so I'm very pleased to see this happening. And hopefully we'll see more and more states start to follow in line now that one of them has cracked open the door. So good on you, Massachusetts. You guys over in California, I need to ask about this one. This is the one I have to think about, because on the one hand, I think that this is kind of a bad idea. On the other hand, I started to read into it a little bit going, well, okay, maybe it's a decent compromise. So, of course, this deals with Uber, Lyft, California, and the various rulings about contractors versus employees. Because as you're following through, California did pass rules where basically gig economy people had to be classified as employees, and then Uber and Lyft were added to this list of possible exceptions through Proposition 22, which Uber and Lyft were possibly illegally, but the lawsuit was indeed thrown out, so maybe not, telling people you should vote for passing this or whatever. So they ended up passing Proposition 22, which means that Uber and Lyft do not have to consider their drivers as employees. Now, companies do not want employees, they want contractors because they're cheaper. I am ashamed at one of the universities I got one of my degrees from is now laying off over half of their staff across the board and merging with another university and just bringing on adjuncts to fill in the missing gaps. Because adjuncts are temporary workers that you don't have to pay benefits, you don't have to pay the same wages. Basically, you can get the same amount of money from the students and pay out a third of the cost in the faculty. As you would having full-time staff. This is a common thing because you don't have to pay wage payroll. And from my perspective, a lot of people, I would wager the vast majority of people driving for Uber and Lyft do not realize that they are actually losing money doing it. Because when you are driving and you're a contractor, not an employee, you have to pay your own self-employment tax, which is like 15.3%, I think, if I remember correctly. So having my own businesses for 10 years, I had to pay that much extra on top of everybody else's taxes. And so they don't realize as much that. They don't realize the wear and tear. They don't realize the extra expenses, the extra costs. Some of them don't realize you need to have better insurance. So there's a lot of things that by the time things are cut and dried, they may not make as much money as they think. But then I started looking into the rulings, and while the Proposition 22 does say they don't have to be employees, it does mandate that they do have some of the employee type benefits. And if I could find the list, I will read you the list. So the benefits include access to healthcare subsidies. So they can get cheaper healthcare. Basically, they can have an option to get healthcare plan. They have a minimum earnings guarantee, but what they lose is they lose sick leave, workers' compensation, and overtime pay. So those are the things that you can't do. So is this a good thing or is this not a good thing? And I've been critical of Uber and Lyft, and I will probably continue to be critical of Uber and Lyft, but I'm looking at this and saying, I haven't made my entire opinion about this one yet. Let me know what you guys think. Is this good for Uber and Lyft? Is this good for the drivers? Is this bad for Uber and Lyft, bad for the drivers? What's your overall take? I'd be curious to know. All right, on to non-election related stuff. Apple One is now available, and for the low prices of $14.95, $19.95, or $29.95, you can now pay Apple a monthly subscription fee for the privilege of living, apparently. So the individual plan, $15 a month, includes Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and 50 gigabytes of iCloud storage. Is that like... I can imagine Apple Music and Apple TV probably aren't worth that. That's my guess. What about this Apple Arcade? Is that worth it or not? Let me know in the comments. To me, this is like, who doesn't like subscription services? This does seem a little bit pricey. Family plan is $20 a month. Basically, the same thing with 200 gigs of storage, with services able to be shared with up to 6 family members. And then the Premier is Apple Music. Let's see, all those. Oh, and it also has Apple News Plus. It has Fitness Plus, so you can send Apple all your fitness data. You get 2 terabytes of cloud storage, all for about 1/3 the cost of a hard drive. Yeah. All right, guys, up to 6 family members. So that seems to me a little bit excessive. But I don't know. You guys let me know. I mean, of course, if you look at the individuals, oh man, you're saving so much money. But do you really need any of that in this day and age? That's a fundamental question you might want to ask. All right. GameStop. Wow, what's GameStop up to? They are having a TikTok competition for its employees, and one of the prizes is 10 extra labor hours. Wait, what? I've never seen anything so Gestapo in my life. So it's on TikTok, and it's basically kind of like the nurses, the nurses in the massively overcrowded hospitals that had ample time to choreograph and record dance routines around empty hospital rooms during the middle of the alleged pandemic that was going to kill everybody, with empty hospitals and such. So kind of in the same thing. So the managers of the store were to rope in all of their GameStop employees and do a TikTok dance challenge. And the winner of it, and this is for the managers of the store, the winner would receive an Echo 8, an Echo Auto, a $100 Visa gift card, and 10 additional labor hours to use during Black Friday week. So in other words, if you win, our company will make sure you have funding to have 10 more hours to put your employees to work during Black Friday. The competition is to get more hours to work. Think about that. Well, as soon as it came out and this started spreading around, they took down the tweet because they really did not want people to comment on it, and they stopped. They became closed-mouthed to any reporters that asked questions. But definitely an interesting case there. Facebook news. Facebook has these semi-annually surveys, and 49% of Facebook employees don't believe it had a positive impact on the world. Very nice. Very nice. So, of course, they do have the half-yearly Pulse survey. BuzzFeed reports that 51% of employees believe Facebook is having a positive impact to the world. Yeah, that means that 49% of them really don't. 49% are going, oh, God, this is just my job, but I hate every bit of it. Like, I am contributing to the destruction of the world by working at Facebook right now, guys. That's really what they're saying. I mean, honestly. Survey results came out. Let's see. Yeah, there's some survey messages. This is a surprise. Well, they actually said that was down by like 23%. Like only like 6 months ago, 75% of people said, oh yeah, we're doing a good job. 25% not quite so sure. Now it's just like, I think all of them are just like, oh God, what's going on? We have no idea. All right, XDA, of course, the famous phone forums, XDA developers, they have made a phone, and it's only available for 6 weeks, so buy now. Basically, they took a phone that's a year old. So this phone, which was a year old, and they upgraded the RAM and, let's see, they upgraded the RAM and the memory. So they went from 6 gigs of RAM to 8 gigs of RAM. They went from 128 gig hard drive to 256 gig hard drive. And then they're like, this is the first phone coming out with the Lineage pre-installed. It's got a QWERTY keyboard. $900, people. For a phone that's actually a year old, or a couple years old at this point, I believe. And they come out with this, and they're pitching this whole thing. Now, of course, you can get it now. If you act now, guys, you can get this phone for the cool low price of $699. Okay? Full retail price is $899, but for the XDA community, there's a limited number of devices available for $639, 29% off. We even have a pre-early bird for $600, saving 33% off. Head on over to the Indiegogo crowdfunding page to access the special page. Guys, if you read the comments, oh man, they aren't sure. Let's allow it. All right. Are we going to allow it? Yeah, they got totally slammed. People are like, y'all guys have lost your ever-loving mind, and I agree. $900 for a phone running Lineage? Are you insane? And it's not even some new phone. It's an old couple-year-old model that they just pulled out, threw some extra RAM in it, and said, hey man, we got the first Lineage phone. That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Anyway, on to our last story. Microsoft is now nailing shut the coffin of the control panel. So the control panel, now I need to go in and double check, like last time I looked in the settings, granted I don't use Windows 10 a lot. Last time I looked in the settings, there's only a third of the things in the control panel. So my biggest fundamental question is how the hell do you get to the rest of the settings that you need if the control panel is disabled? How do you do it? So they're actually going through, and even all of the background hidden ways you could do to get to the control panel, they're just redirecting all those into the settings panel. And hopefully they have everything there, but I don't know. I guess I don't really care because I don't plan on using Windows 10 anytime soon. I gotta say though, I was QAing a website today and I did have to pull up Windows 10, at least just double check if, you know, what was going on with it. So, yeah, but anyway, there you go. Microsoft is finally killing that control panel. Some people are like, oh yeah, that old legacy thing. I don't know. I thought it was way more organized and way more easier to understand than the new crappy settings app they have. But hey, this is Switch to Linux. I'm just going to tell you to wipe out Windows 10, install Linux Mint, and be done with it. There you go. Well, if you like this video and you like the news in the comments, you can use my affiliate links to help out. So today we are featuring Pro Writing Aid. Of course, I am an author. I need to pitch my science fiction book sometime soon. But I have my book, Synaptergy, is an excellent science fiction book, and I did use Pro Writing Aid for some of the interior grammar checks and things. Utilizing my coupon code here, tlm.li/PWA, you can get 20% off a yearly subscription or a lifetime subscription. And if you do that, that does actually help out the channel. They will send a percentage of that sale over to Switch to Linux to help us out. So go ahead and have a look at that. And these guys have been a privacy first company from the beginning. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. All right, we got Sillyville next, guys. We got Sillyville next. All right, Gaussian Clay was blocked. All right, well, thanks, mods. All right. When using Windows, make sure to make a bootable Windows USB before installing Linux. There you go. Some of your homemade ice cream when you get a chance to eat the pie. Yeah, I do have some French vanilla. I was thinking after the stream here, French vanilla ice cream with a slice of apple pie, fresh out of the oven. Oh, sounds like heaven to me. Cinnamon pecan ice cream. Not a fan of pecan. Cinnamon's not bad. Actually, you know what I haven't made in a long time? I've not made snickerdoodle ice cream in a long time. That is amazing. You can't have your show and pie both. Oh man, come on. Come on. Now you're just teasing me. All right. Now you're craving slices of apple pie. I know. I want to get Google tattooed to my lower back and call it a champ stamp because I love Google so much. Corona vampires. Just finished an apple cobbler. COVID's come out. Yep. Apple pie, apple cobbler. I'm late, but rewatched the first portion. All right, man. Let's see. COVID only comes out on Mondays and Thursdays here. Those are the days my son's elementary school checks temperatures. Oh, yeah, you got to watch out for that. What's the difference between a pie and a cobbler? A cobbler generally does not have a bottom crust, and it's definitely going to have a top pie crust. A pie is defined by having a bottom crust, and then you will either have a full crust top, or you'll have what I did, a crumble crust top. So there's your difference between a pie and a cobbler. It's the presence or absence of a lower crust. Glad you left Kleptofornia in 2003. College is a disaster. I would not want to be going to college right now. COVID-19 Certificate of Vaccination ID 2019. Oh. Well, 2021 is going to be next. If COVID-21 hits, then we absolutely know it's the global cabal. That's what's been pushed for a long time. I was son, so I can't deny people that experience, but seriously, I learned more on YouTube. Well, I mean, understand this, though. I mean, I don't know how old you are, Mike, but when I was back in college, college was a good and useful thing. Go to college now, it is libtard central. It is like, holy crap. I got out of college. I got out of academia, really, because I was a professor first. I was a professor back in them days. Back 10 years ago, I was a college professor. Now I just do videos on YouTube. So it was starting to get crazy. It really was starting to get crazy. And so I left and did my own tech stuff. And everybody I know that's still in the college or even high school level, they are losing their minds. It's insane. I want to be a TikTok girl, but my wife said my short shorts don't match my beard. I guess he's typing in all caps. All right. Okay. Work, if both of you are sitting and don't have to wear a mask. If you are both standing, you both have to both wear a mask. If one is standing, the other person standing has to wear it. What? Who in the hell is coming up with these ideas? It's insane. St. China, where people beg for overtime, TikTok. If you crawl low to the floor, you'll move right under it. There you go. Okay. Supposed to be able to preload with Ubuntu Touch as well. Oh yeah, I think you can put Ubuntu Touch on that as well. Although I'm not sure why you'd want to. Like, my experience with Ubuntu Touch on the Pine tab, it is a very bad representation of what the Pine tab can do. Like, nothing works on Ubuntu Touch on that thing. Banjaro's got most of it figured out. Arch absolutely has it figured out. Like, Arch works on the Pine tab perfectly. You know, audio works, Bluetooth works, rotation works, everything works. Like, I have a functional computer running Arch on the Pine tab. Not anywhere else. Let's see. Plus Windows college classes point. Past year, we're heavily dependent on the control panel. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, there you go. Control panel, I thought it was already blocked. I thought you can just get it. Just get Nexus Flash Lineage. There you go. Yeah. Someone say apple pie. Yes, I I do have an apple. Yeah, I have some good apple pie recipes, but you know. Hello, Galvano. Let's see. Some time ago, I fired a DD shot from the command line with its wrong partition. Thank God his partition was Windows 10. It wasn't so late. I would say go to Myers for ice cream since you're in the State College area. Yeah, well, they're closed at 9 these days. I have to just because you said that, and it's like it's actually an inner joke between a friend of mine. It's Meyer Dairy, not Myers. Meyer Dairy. Inner joke with a friend of mine, but actually a friend of mine works at Meyer. Yeah, so they're Joe finally did step down. If you're familiar with Meyer Dairy, Joe finally stepped down. Just because of the pandemic stuff. Like a 96-year-old working in the dairy, not a good thing for the COVID land. And so he did finally step down. Some extended family members took over, and they now accept credit cards. They finally have bowed to the devil and started accepting credit cards. But I did actually, I was low in butter, and if I got butter, then I did not have to go out 30 miles away to the nearest grocery store, so I went into Meijer today to pick up some butter. So I did. All right. Oh, it says I love Tom. He talks nerdy. Know how to cook. Take note. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Your cooking skills are 4 out of 10. I gotta go. 50 points higher. What do you miss? Hello, Leonard. How's it going there? It's Columbus, Ohio. There's no logic in anything. COVID-19. Oh, yeah. Getting ready for next wave of lockdowns. Yep. Mississippi made those standing, not standing mask rules. Oh, God. Galcy and Clay, our mods around here are serious, dude. Let's see. Wife married me because I was in the pastries business, and I could turn her rice baseballs into actual rice-a-roni. There you go. There is an MX with improved hardware stack. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called Advanced Hardware Stack, AHS. So if you do if you want XFCE, you can get the AHS version. If you want the Plasma, it only comes in the Advanced Hardware Stack. So yes, there is indeed. I don't know though. I don't think that there's an ARM version of MX though. And just because there's an ARM version of something does not necessarily mean it's going to run on the Pinetap. So, those are things to look into. I don't know. Maybe I'll poke around. There's about four or more distros for the Pinetap I need to experiment with. So we'll kind of see what happens. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over into Sillyville, shall we? Let's go to Sillyville, folks. Wow, we might finish by 10:15. Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the Sillyville edition. And I know if you're anything like me, it's been a crazy week. So let's go ahead and rest down with some Sillyville. First one, I promise, only thing related to anything remotely political, because how do you not see a headline like this and not include it? The Biden-Harris campaign has launched a Build Back Better map in Fortnite. The No Malarkey Station. The fact that the man wants to use the word malarkey tells me he's out of touch with Earth. So, here you go. Here's some scenes. Go ahead and vote. I would be scared to vote if this guy was in there. Just an FYI. So, they're actually giving it a resounding positive review. I'm not sure why or how. I'm not sure who would even want to play it, but okay. Go ahead and play your Build Back Better map in Fortnite, I guess. All right. So there's this soccer game, and they decide they're going to get tech. And they're going to have the camera up, and the camera is going to be able to perfectly follow the ball. So the cameraman did not have to do his hard work, and the announcer just got to sit there, watch the camera, and do the announcing. Unfortunately, one of the refs had a bald head, and the AI camera really liked looking at him. So, literally all throughout the game, the AI camera took its focus off of the soccer ball and found the bald coach instead. Maybe he should have just put some black spotches up there and just decorated his head completely as a soccer ball and started doing this a lot. You know. It got so bad that the announcer had to start apologizing for what the camera was doing. The camera company is coming out going, we don't have no idea what's going on, because maybe you just make a rule. Coaches, you're not allowed to be bald. I mean, it follows your measure anyway. What is this, white supremacist, a skinhead? I mean, come on. No. Oh boy. I mean, really, guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell the guys, if our AI cameras are here, your coaches need to wear hats or something. Please, nothing that looks like a soccer ball. But yeah, so absolutely, this is the world we're going to, people. This is why the YouTube algorithms for banning things don't work well. This is why all this stuff just doesn't work well, because we get all of this crap. And we think the AI is going to save the problems, and it doesn't solve the problems at all. It actually makes most of the problems worse. So that's that. All right. For you guys that like Half-Life 2, yes, this is Noam Chomsky, and he is literally going to space. Now, I've not played Half-Life 1 or 2, but I had to read up on it for preparation for this article, and to my understanding, one of the missions or elements of the game of Half-Life 2 is you have to carry this garden gnome around with you and put it in a rocket. So, Valve's Gabe Newell is sending a garden gnome into space. So this is one of the rockets. What is this? Let's see. Which rocket is it? I forget. One of these companies in New Zealand is launching rockets into the stratosphere. And what he's going to do is he is actually putting Noam Chomsky into the rocket so that we actually have a real life fulfillment of Half-Life 2 as the rocket shoots into space. And it's part of a charity which is going to donate some children's hospitals. So that is totally awesome. And what he is doing is he is going to be donating $1 to the children's hospital for every person who watches the live stream. So if you would like to participate in that, have a look at the description for the video here. You can get the links to these, and I'm sure that you will be able to find, there it is. There's the stream. Let's see. So it's like rocketlabusa.com/livestream. Whenever this guy goes up, he's going to be donating $1 to everybody who watches the gnome fly off into space. So Noam Chomsky, I salute you, sir. Let's move on. Oh, for you people with children, my apologies, but Baby Shark has now surpassed the most viewed video in the world. So we all have to sing it together, guys. Baby shark, do, 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 do. Baby shark, do, do. Never mind. We're not going to do that. Okay, but anyway, yeah, all of this particular version, I guess, of the video. I did actually look up some of the death metal versions, and that is just glorious. In fact, hey, let's see if I can find. Oh God. Let's see if I can find it up here. If I can, and I am capable of copying it. That's going to take too much effort right now in the middle of it. I was going to post a death metal version of Baby Shark, but I'll find it later. And yeah, so looking at the Baby Shark, I think, let's see, last April it had only 2.5 billion views. It shot up 181%. So it now has 7.04 billion views. Billion views. This is what is wrong with our world. Well, Netflix is actually in some water regarding cuties. In fact, there is a federal lawsuit in Texas filed against them for distributing child pornography. as it fits the definition of such in nearly every jurisdiction, but the guys in Texas happened to bring it. And there's been so much critical backlash over this particular film, with a lot of people commenting on it, giving negative reviews, that Netflix started to issue copyright takedown requests for people linking anything to the show that was critical of the show. It sent over 100 takedown requests this week, targeting tweets that are critical of the movie Cuties and or urge people to cancel their subscriptions. So I'm going to tell you guys, cancel your Netflix subscription. These people are pushing child pornography. Bad stuff. Don't do it. Bad. Bad. Get rid of Netflix. So there you go. I guess we'll have a copyright takedown claim. We'll see what happens. Every week they send out thousands of takedown requests, most would target pirated copies of movie and TV shows. However, we spotted a series of copyright infringement notices within a different or rather uncomfortable theme. The streaming giant asked Twitter to remove dozens of tweets that included footage of the coming-of-age film. It's not a coming-of-age film. Film hasn't been without controversy, and the same can be said about the takedown requests. So let's see, Netflix didn't cancel Cuties. However, this week it started actively starting to pull Cuties clips from Twitter. Not just a handful, for several dozen. Legally, the company is allowed to do this. Of course, they own the rights. However, it is the least bit peculiar that the company seems to have targeted only negative tweets. And by the way, no, they may not necessarily have the full right to do that. Because if it is fair use, particularly if you're doing a review, you're doing a critique, you're talking about it, and you're showing the clip for the context what you're talking about, that is called fair use. And if these people fight back, you're going to find yourself in court. And now you're going to defend in court the distribution of CP. Yeah. There you go, guys. There you go. All right, and on to the end of the ridiculous. Oreo built a doomsday vault to protect cookies from an asteroid. I saw this and I'm like, is this parody? Nope. So they went to was it Norway? I think it's in Norway. Yes, I won't be able to pronounce it. Is it Svalbard? Wherever, Norway. Beneath the permafrost, and they built a giant bunker by which to store Oreo cookies in the event that the asteroid strikes. So we will experience an extinction level event. We will go back to caveman level epidemics. Some guy's going to find this vault in Norway, probably after the third ice age, thaws out the rest of the way. They're going to chisel their way into it, and then they're all going to walk out of there with diabetes. It's just going to happen, guys. So, with the news of an election day asteroid passing by Earth on November 2nd, the company's taking no chances with the best-selling treasures. Recently constructed a special concrete bunker in the permafrost in Norway to stash away huge stockpiles of Oreos. And by the way, they're also stashing away the secret recipe. So whoever wants to bust in there, they are coating them in Mylar to protect them from EMP blasts at extreme temperatures. Including solar flares and things. So let's see, they're wrapping packs wrapped in Mylar, which can withstand temperatures of minus 80 degrees to 300 Fahrenheit and is impervious to chemical reactions, moisture, and air, keeping the cookies fresh and protected for years to come. It's comforting to know these precious Oreos will be safe. However, they are not including Twinkies. But people in comments on other articles I have found have asked about Twinkies specifically. Okay? They've asked about Twinkies specifically. So with that, guys, there is our Sillyville today. If you'd like to help support the channel, head on over to Subscribestar. I'm at subscribestar.com/switched2linux. You can jump in and help support us. It looks like we might need one more subscriber over there to keep everything going as smoothly as conceivably possible. But that is one of the ways you can help support the channel. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you next time. All right, let's see. jump on over here. All right, let's see. Tiny Core Plus was supposed to work on ARM if compile, but what system are you using to build the platform? Fortnite actually still popular? I have no idea. Hello, Spin Viking, greetings. They won't get rid of the AI. They'll just ban the bald man from the stadium. Yeah. Put a mask on that bald head. There you go. Yep, myself driving a car is meant to be legit. There you go. Should have worn a MAGA hat. Maybe then they'll be mandatory for refs now. Oh, boy. Can't remember it from Half-Life. That's what it said. It was from Half-Life. Bald refs matter, too. There you go. Dang, Chrome Dome's ruining soccer. Blind refs matter. Hey, I stopped before the end of one verse. Yeah, now I have baby shark stuck in your head. All right, anybody else have baby shark stuck in your head now? Only a year. You mean your whole life? Yeah. Kids of Home Daycare demanded this song, so you can tell how much I love the song. Not as I've listened to it every day. Yes, every day. I remember my my cousins, they didn't have a standard DVD player, so they were using the Xbox as the DVD player. And the door on it breaks one day when I'm over there. And this is after I think auto looping Frozen for 3 or 6 months straight. I'm like, oh, I can probably fix that door for you. He's like, please don't. No, don't fix the door of that thing. Just leave it broken. Like, all right. We'll leave it broken. I get it. I won't force you to watch more Frozen. All right, let's see. Kid, when Gangnam Style was popular, what happened to YouTube? Yeah, well, Gangnam Style is number 7 on the list. I didn't mention Gangnam Style, but it is still on the list. It is number 7. Get rid of Netflix, it was getting expensive. Yep. Hello, free content. Yeah, actually, I have, I cut footage today for doing a video on watching BitChute content through Kodi, but the video footage is horrible. Lighting was really bad, and I had to push updates to the system partway through to verify some things were working right. So I'm going to recut that, so hopefully within a week or so, we'll actually talk about that, which is a cool thing. Did cuties jump the shark? Dude, never mind. Okay. Preserve the cookies. Get straight. They are saving cookies in the event of the end of the world. Yes. How can they protect cookies from an asteroid if they can't protect it from a glass of milk? That's true. Lots of Mylar in a meteor-proof bunker. So Oreo story, I was expecting a Babylon Bee all the way. I know, right? Oreo should open source the recipe. They should. I don't think 200 years from now the people will be interested in Oreo cookies. Well, you know. They'll find it and start worshiping the Oreo cookie gods who left a bunker of Oreo cookies behind. Someone want to come up with the Oreo cookie statement of faith? That would be epic. Indiana Jones in the Temple of Oreo Cookies. Nice. BC stands for before cookies. That's right. It's a small world after all. Yeah. Dumping deep in 20 on my Acer. Bugging out. Browsers won't hold Wi-Fi. Must try reloading pages. Ooh. Missed everything. Had to handle a family tech support call. Oh, no. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and... Oh, man, I forgot to get out the kitty treats. We'll have to get out the kitty treats. But we'll go ahead and feed the beast. And then we'll take any final comments and then get on out of here. Oh, kitty. You're going to be fed. Oh, boy, kitties. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Houston, I hear a double catter. Oh boy. We've got a double catter here. One for you. Oh, it's a double catter. Oh, it's a double catter. Get one more for each of you. Kitty, there's one more for you. One for you. And one for you. Oh boy. Here, you look. Whoop. Ah. Mess up the camera feed. He's like, I gotta figure out how to bust on into that bag. All right, that's it, buddy. That's all you got. All right, let's see. Feel so bad for Keegan. I'm tech support for the class. Oh boy. Thinking of Zorin 15 Ultimate. Gnome will be like a quad-core processor. Yeah. Kitty Cam looks great. Yeah, that's the Kitty Cam is now sitting on the Logitech C920 for the day. Double catter. Thou shalt tempt thy kitty. Chair has seen better days, but then again, I'm still functional. Yeah, hey, it's functional. I like my chair. I heard you mention WireGuard. I use PIA, and it lets you choose between OpenVPN and WireGuard. Which one is better? So WireGuard is faster, but it requires a different type of client. OpenVPN is more universal, and OpenVPN has a lot more scrutiny behind it. There's a lot more people have audited it. It has been through the ringer and back, and it is absolutely proven to be good. WireGuard is new technology. It has not been as audited. It has not been as examined. It has not been as tested. If you're looking for raw speed, WireGuard is better to go. If you're looking for the ultimate in performance and versatility, OpenVPN is better to go. See you later, Moonbase Alpha Grays. Cats in space. Love the green socks. Royce says, oh yeah, yeah. First stream we caught in a while, and TJ makes a rare appearance. That's right. How's it going there, Frost Ranger? Greetings. Welcome back. All right, guys. We're going to wrap this one up right about here. Look at that. 10:15. I'm going to go get some pie, and then I'm going to get these videos released. So get these videos cut up there. How did the new camera work? Does it work really well? Or do we need to make some adjustments and things like that? I think my monitoring looks pretty good, but I'll see what it looks like in the post edits. Yep, ice cream and pie. That's what I'm doing. All right, guys. We will catch you guys later. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and we will be back. Hopefully, we should be back this Wednesday. I had to take last Wednesday off, but hopefully we'll be back this Wednesday. So we will catch you guys next time.